it just felt like we was like literally like in hell, bro. Like it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see. Like just imagine all the people they gonna find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole concert. Like I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who like I kid you not, like in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted. And the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like I never seen death in my life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like this really me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. And what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like that's scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro.
Called leaders. This included Lena Horne. This included Dick Gregory. And this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
So hey everyone, and today I really wanted to talk about this whole Travis Scott Astroworld Festival complete catastrophe. If you're unaware, if you don't know what's going on, basically Travis Scott had a festival on Friday, November 5th, which was 2 days ago as I'm recording this video because it's Sunday, November 7th. And basically they had hundreds of people were injured, 8 people, although I don't believe it was only 8. I believe that it was way more because people who were actually there said that there were hundreds of bodies. And so basically I just really wanted to talk about this because this disturbed my spirit like all day yesterday. I just was like, I need to get it out because this was just disgusting. Like this entire situation, from the organizers to Travis to the crowd, it was just disgusting. And my thing is, so let me start with the organizers. So basically there was 50,000 people in attendance at this concert. 50,000. They had this pretty small like area. Like it wasn't, if you look at the map, because somebody outlined it, I saw it on Twitter, it wasn't even that big of a, venue of an area for 50,000. So it was already packed. And then around the time Travis began his set, people were literally rushing the stage. So the whole timeline of events still kind of confuses me, but I wanted to offer a correction that the stampede did not happen when Travis got on stage. It happened earlier in the day around 2 p.m. Travis got on stage at 9:15. And so I think when Travis got on stage, that's when people were saying that things were getting so much worse and it was getting super, super compressed to where people literally couldn't breathe. But people were also saying that like at the time of the stampede, that video we see, it was bad, but like it was manageable. But when Travis got on stage, that's when it got so much worse. And they were trampling people. So this is where you start hearing all the stories about how people were literally being trampled, people couldn't breathe, people were like being crushed, and it was just so much going on. There was just so much going on. People were scared for their lives. And as you saw in that testimony, in that what that one witness said, that it felt literally demonic, that it felt like a concert from hell, and that it was just like nothing he'd ever seen before. There was also not enough medical personnel and not enough experienced personnel. There was also a lack of like security around, and the people, whenever people did try to consult the crew and the organizers of the event, they basically were like, oh, get off, blah, 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 and not listening to people.
That's okay with you real quick. Let's do it.
And so I'm like, what kind of concert from hell was this? Not even listening to people. People are literally begging for their lives, like, stop the show, stop the show, stop the show. And also, what made it even worse is there wasn't even enough water for people, and it was just a mess.
So as you can see in this article here, they literally didn't have enough equipment
to even work on people. So you got medical staff that don't even have the supplies to actually be medical staff. It just really makes you wonder, like, how could this many people drop the ball? You know, you have Live Nation, which is the concert promoter. You know, you go through the police department, the fire department, yet and still, they still thought it was okay to have 50,000 people, 2,000 water stations, and literally having no medical equipment for the medical personnel. It don't make no sense. And it's disgusting. And it's really elementary to make such a terrible mistake. And so let's move on to Travis. And this was his concert. And so basically, Travis did not stop the show. He stopped briefly for a couple times to like, oh, like let these guys through and do this. But then he kept going. And so when people on social media are trying to say, oh, well, Travis did try to stop the show, Travis did this, Travis did that, I'm like, no, this actually makes Travis look worse, because he saw that something was going on, but then decided to keep going the whole show. And I even saw an article that said that they wanted to stop the show around 9:38, but Travis continued to perform until 10:15. So Travis kept going. Travis kept going even though it was recommended they stop. And so that's what really blows me. And people are trying to make excuses for Travis, like, oh, well, you know, he was probably just in the zone. He's in the zone when he probably didn't realize what was going on. He probably didn't know very well. But there's literally video of him watching somebody being carried out. They said that the person was, I'm not sure if the person was just passed out, but he's literally going like, yeah, 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 in the camera. While watching someone being carried out. And so that's creepy to me. That is super creepy to me. And that's where it just makes me think like this was, I concur with the person in the beginning where they were like, this was a concert and God didn't want me there. This was disgusting, demonic, and even the imagery for the concert was just so creepy and obviously very, very, you know, like there's even like, if you find like satanic paintings and compare it to Travis's like promotional work, it's like identical. Like there's identical like drawings and stuff, and the way he kind of laid out this promo. And even one of the people that was there, I think it was a doctor, his name is Billy Nasser, he even was posting on his story. He was posting on his story of like Travis's promotional work and then what really happened at the concert. Like he was posting things side by side. So that doesn't let you know that this was, I'm not trying to say that like this was premeditated, you know, I'm not gonna put that into the ether or whatever, but you know, for y'all out there who want to say that, oh, like you're blaming the devil, how about we can walk and chew gum at the same time? Travis probably is a really sick individual, but then he could also be really influenced by the demonic realm, and you can be both, you know what I'm saying? Like you're it's not mutually exclusive. And so that's something I just want to illustrate as well, in that it really wouldn't be that far-fetched if that was the inspiration, if that's what he was doing. It really wouldn't be far-fetched if this was some type of, like, I really don't think it's that crazy to believe. You know, when you look at what happened, his actions, the way he was in a trance, it was just creepy. You know, I say this later in the video, but I'm not someone that likes to say that the devil's in charge of everything. I don't like to just blame everything on some evil force and that people don't have control of their own selves. We do have free will. But there are other things at work as well. And so I go deeper into this, but I just wanted to say that this was not normal. This was disgusting. And what really, again, gets me is Travis's apology. And this apology to me just didn't seem like, again, it seemed very off. Like I was watching one YouTuber, her name's Impressive. I was watching her video about it earlier today, and she was like, he seems detached. And I think that's the perfect word to describe his demeanor. He seems detached.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, you know, help them get the help they need, you know. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. we've been working closely. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The city of Houston, HPD, fire department, everyone to, help us figure this out. So if you have any information, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. And I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. Love you all.
Kylie also gave an apology, but I don't buy Kylie in any way, shape, or form, because she was literally in the audience and there was an ambulance in her Instagram story. So she knew, she had to have known that something wasn't right. She had to have known. And again, going back to Travis maybe not really realizing what was going on. In previous Travis concerts, everyone's saying that Travis's concerts, this is what he does. He eggs on the crowd. He gets people to rage. He gets people to go crazy. That's what he likes to do. So here's my thing. There's video of Travis literally telling security to get away. Like, there's literal video of Travis telling security, like, get out of here, get the F out of here.
Hey, yo, security. You don't tell nobody to get back at no Travis Scott show.
So I'm not buying that Travis is just 100% oblivious to everything that goes on and he's just in the zone. I'm not, because there's video of him literally stopping in the middle and telling security to leave. The people that are trying to protect him, the people that are trying to instill order, he's trying to order them out. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? And then this is the same dude that's like, oh, I want a safe and good experience for my fans. Bro. So again, like what I was saying before, that this was a whole like situation. Whatever your religious beliefs are, it doesn't matter. I'm tolerant of whatever beliefs you have. I'm just expressing this as I see it and how as many people online are also seeing it. It's just, there is nothing to play with when it comes to the spiritual realm. And we are living through a spiritual warfare. You go into the Bible, 1 Peter, I think chapter 5 verse 8 or 3 verse 5. I always get the two mixed up. And Ephesians, we are fighting not flesh and blood. And I just think it's crazy because I was also watching another YouTuber's commentary on this situation. Her name is Corinna Lord. I hope I said that right. But she was talking about how she's Haitian. And in Haiti, Caribbean countries, and in African countries, we're aware of this like spirituality. We're aware that it's not just as it seems. Like how, and it just seems like in the West, people just don't seem to get, like when they see stuff like vampires and like kind of like demonic imagery on their screens, they kind of just think of it like, oh, ha ha ha, it's entertainment. But the way we grew up, this ain't no entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real stuff that you don't need to be playing with. And I remember I was around 15 years old when I really started to learn about spiritual warfare in its fullest and really understanding it. Like, this stuff is real. This is nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've had my own personal like spiritual warfare stories, and maybe I can make a testimony video about it one day. I'll have to see about that. But yeah, like, this stuff is real. And I just feel like, to try and say that, oh, there's nothing to, and I'm not somebody, I don't want to say that everything is the devil, everything is, because especially you got Christians out there who be saying everything's the devil. And that I think is annoying. I don't like when people are constantly blaming the devil, but I also don't like when people are trying to act like there's nothing else at work. I mean, we're in this entire like galaxy, this entire like world galaxy. I mean, there's even parts of space we have not explored. Like, this place is so massive. So to think that we're the only beings that exist, or to think that there's really not anything else at work, to me just seems really like, it just seems like you're not willing to open your mind to the possibilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't seem like that to me. And that's how I feel. So again, if that's not what you believe, that's fine. I'm not judging nobody. I don't have any, quarrels with anyone who believes anything different. You don't have to believe what I believe, but I'm just thinking that, this stuff is very real, and it's being put in our face all the time in our media. And this is where I get into the music. I remember I was watching this sermon by this pastor of X Ministries, and he did this sermon called The Truth Behind Hip Hop. And so it's a pretty old thing. He did it back, I think, in like the late the mid 2000s or something like that, but it's still on YouTube. There's still clips of it on YouTube and you can buy the whole thing. I was watching clips and he really explained how the power of music, how music is so powerful and can really affect how you feel on things, and why you need to be careful because music has different frequencies, and the industry is aware of this. They're aware of how people can be so affected by certain frequencies. And so I just think in general, you need to be very careful of the kind of music and the shows you consume, because you could be consuming music that maybe is like really sad, or maybe you're consuming music that's all about relationships and love, and then you find yourself being obsessed with wanting a relationship, or you find yourself being really anxious or really depressed, like more than usual, and just your mood is just to completely change. It could be what you're listening to. This article from like 3 years ago was talking about energy transfer and how like that's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like even science is saying that you can absorb people's energy, and people are always talking about vibes. I got a bad vibe. Even I say vibe because sometimes I don't know what else to say, but really that's spiritual. So you need to guard your spirit, you know, guard your heart, guard your mind. And especially for Christians out there, really take heed to this, really wake up. You know, if you're a Christian that isn't really close to God, that isn't really communing with the Holy Spirit the way you need to, please, the Holy Spirit is grieved that you're far from him, like please. And I think it's just, again, what I was saying before about the West, like it's like this watered down kind of Christianity. Like everyone, they don't want to talk about the real stuff, the spiritual realm, the, you know, the whole, you know, turning away from sin and becoming more holy like Christ. It's like people don't want to hear that story anymore. People don't want to talk about that. People get so offended, especially in the church. And it's like, nah, like this stuff is real.
Please excuse what I'm wearing. I just woke up, but I really wanted to make this video just to illustrate how disgusting these things are, and the fact that I feel like the evil that's in our face cannot be ignored anymore. You can't ignore it. And if you're open to wanting to know more about God, to have a relationship with Jesus, if that's something you want, again, if you don't want it, don't start crying that I'm trying to force it. No, but for people that are genuinely curious, there is still time. You can always accept Christ into your life. It really is just a prayer like, Jesus, I need you, if this is what you want. And as for other Christians, like I'm imploring Christians to just be very watchful. The church, again, is very watered down. You have the church trying to always, whether they talk about, oh, prosperity, oh, blessings, but they're not really talking about like the real problems, the spiritual realm, the need to know about repentance and turning from sin. And then you have churches that don't even believe in miracles anymore. They don't believe in prophecy. So it's very divided, and you just have to exercise discernment. So I just wanted to leave that in there for anyone, you know, that really needed to hear that.
Don't be deceived. These people don't care about you. These celebrities don't care about you. It's one thing to admire a celebrity and to like their artistry, or to like what they do, or to like their fashion, but to literally be so entranced by these people that you're willing to trample other people, it's just sick. In general, that whole thing was not humane. I believe that Travis does need to take some accountability for this. He's gonna face a lot of lawsuits for this, definitely. And I really think this is gonna affect his career. Now, is he gonna be canceled? I don't know, but he needs to be held accountable. And so that's just all I wanted to really say on the situation. I just was really feeling hot. As you can tell, like I'm talking a lot. I feel horrible. Like, rest in peace to all the victims. And again, the mainstream media, I believe there was more than just 8 people, because the people that were actually there said that there was more. So that's just what I'm just gonna say on the whole situation. It's just tragic, just terrible. But again, be watchful, because things are not as they seem, and you just need to really be careful and watch over yourself and each other. That's all I really gotta say. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll be back later this week to talk about Oprah Winfrey. We'll see if I can get that out, but yeah, thank you guys, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.